Hey guys, it's Latravia from Latravia's Kitchen. I'm sorry I haven't been posting that much lately. I know it's probably been about 2-3 months now. So let me explain to you guys what I have going on. I recently lost my grandmother, and that has been weighing really heavy on me to the point that I was also trying to battle with depression as well as anxiety and basically trying to be okay with everything. And I know everything's not going to be peaches and cream and all that right off the bat, but it takes a little time because she was my best friend. And I'm not just saying that just to say it. I know when I was little, I would say she's my bestest friend. I know it's not a word, but when I was little, that's what I would tell her. You're my bestest friend. But it's kind of hard for me right now with when I'm cooking and baking, or trying to get the energy up to do it. I start thinking about her because she's the one who taught me how to cook. She's the one who taught me how to bake. And she's basically the one who started my love of food in the first place, even though she would pick on me if I was eating too much more than what she thought I should be eating at that time. But that was me and her way of having like a little love spats, I guess you can say. So that you guys can know like just how much she meant to me and why it's kind of looked hard. My very first cake that I baked from scratch, I need to add that, from scratch, was with her in her kitchen. It was Christmas Eve. I don't remember the exact year. I think it's probably about could almost be like 8 years ago now, maybe. But basically, I wanted to make a red velvet cheesecake, like the copycat cheesecake factory thing. And my grandma had never made a cheesecake before, neither had I. I had never made a red velvet cake from scratch before. So I had to find me this recipe and everything, and I'm like, okay, grandma, this thing says we need to have cocoa powder. She argued me up and down. She did not want any cocoa powder in her red velvet cake because it's not going to be as red as she wanted it to be. But me being me, just like I've seen when other people in the house was cooking, she go back behind them and add a little sprinkle of seasoning or whatever else. I went back behind her making the red velvet and added just a little bit of the cocoa powder. I was like, a little bit of the chocolate face, Well, when we baked that cake, she noticed because it was not as bright red as she wanted it to be. She's like, you added that in there. I was like, yes, ma'am, I did. But we basically were in the kitchen all day long, let me tell you, because we had to figure out how to make a water bath. We had to figure out, okay, well, what we need to put in this cheesecake. We're going to add this. This says do this, but let's do a little bit of this too. Let's put this in the freezer. Okay, we want the cream cheese frosting, so we need to make sure this stuff cooled down. It was an experience, let me say, because when she's baking her cakes or doing different things like cooking for the holidays and all that, nobody's really allowed in her kitchen unless you are sitting at the little table that she had in the kitchen and you are helping her prep. And what I mean by helping her prep is if she's baking a cake, you can sift the flour. That's it. If she's doing something else, on the other hand, like say she needs the corn shucked or snap some peas, you can do that. But as far as cooking and stuff goes, not on the holidays. Nope. All her. Everything we ate for the most part would be made by her, except for a few desserts and the ham that one of my aunts made. But that Christmas, we sat there, Christmas Eve, we put it in the refrigerator or whatever, get ready for Christmas the next day. And we always would have Christmas at my grandma's house for the most part until we got a little bit older and she met who I call my grandpa. But we had Christmas at her house and we pulled out the cake when everybody thought like, oh, okay, the food's great, it's done, we're stuffed. And we were like, no, y'all can't be stuffed. Like, we was in here all day yesterday trying to make this cake. And they're like, what cake? So we pull it out and they're like, what is this, a red velvet without nuts? Yeah, because I'm allergic to tree nuts. So we didn't put any pecans and all that on there. And so they start cutting into it to give people slices or whatever, because at first somebody was like, I don't want no cake. Cut into it, they see the cheesecake layer in the middle. It's like, oh, yeah, we're gonna try this out, right? Everyone loved it. And Mama had a very big smile on her face. I call my grandma Mama sometimes, not out of disrespect to my mom. Like, I love my mom to death, I really do. It's just that the relationship that I had with my grandma, it was truly something special. And I miss her dearly. I miss our silly phone conversations. I miss bouncing off food ideas from her. I miss her telling me, oh, I saw you made this. Next time, add a little bit of this and this. I miss all of that. I really do. Especially like in college when I wasn't feeling well, she'd talk to me on the phone. It doesn't matter if I had like a stomach virus and I'm throwing up or whatever, she'll talk to me on the phone. And the whole time I'm like, okay, she's staying on the phone with me and mine a long time. Grandma, you've been in the car, where you going, Ma? So I'm talking to her, and then it would be like a knock on my apartment door. And I'm like, I don't know who at the door, I don't answer it. Ain't nobody told me they coming, I'm not answering the door. And she'll tell me, girl, come open this door. I open the door, and I'm like, Mama, you're here. And she would sit there, she would take care of me and make my favorite meals, and me and her have a sleepover, sleep in the same bed, watch movies, and she'll let me be her little granddaughter and curl up under her and hug her and everything. It's really hard. So I say all that to say, if you have people that you really, really love and you know your world would never be the same without them in it, make sure, give them their flowers while they're here. Make sure they know how much you care about them, how much you love them. Even if they're sitting there saying like, okay, you told me already. Okay, yeah, I told you already. But I want to make sure you know how I feel. It really hurt me because I was going to try to make like some kind of Thanksgiving food for you guys, but I didn't have the strength to because she was in the hospital on Thanksgiving and she couldn't talk. So instead, I made a Thanksgiving meal thinking I might like just take it down the road to my family and we just eat or whatever, because Thanksgiving, she's the one who cooks. But she was in the hospital and she couldn't talk and couldn't move, and all she could do was blink at me to tell me if she liked something or not, or to move the camera back so she can look at it again. And something told me I needed to go. I needed to come down the road. So I didn't bring down as much food as I needed to, or like I meant to. And I didn't make it down the road in time. She passed away while I was driving to her. So it's been kind of rough. I think about her every day. Sometimes it seems like it's all day, every day. I have my moments where it's kind of like I'm laughing because I have a memory of us, or I'm sad because I really, really, really just want to hug her. I really just want to like cuddle up under her and everything. She's a beautiful person, inside and out. And when I tell you she opened up her love of cooking, like, it didn't matter. She would rent out the Civic Center back in our hometown on Thanksgiving or other holidays. And she would cook what would be like a buffet spread of food. And I mean a lot of food. That meant I needed to load my car up with the food, load her car up, make sure we got enough of something else so we can make more tea when we get there. A lot of food. So then people would know we're at the Civic Center, and they would come and have a Thanksgiving meal with us. Or if she knew somebody who couldn't really get out of the house on their own and they were going to be alone and needing some food, we would fix plates, and then she would send me to deliver the plates to the people at their homes, or the homes where I knew where they were. She was one of those people that even if we didn't have much at all, like I look in the kitchen and I ain't seen nothing to eat, she still somehow miraculously come up with this whole meal and have more than enough to go and give it to other people that she knows hungry or doesn't have anything. So, like I was saying, these past few months have been very tough on me. I know basically like I've been very open and talking to like my therapist and my doctors and things, like trying to work through, because I did enter into like a phase of depression and having anxiety attacks. So I know in the Black community, mental health is like a stigma. Oh, something wrong with them. They gotta take crazy pills or they gotta do this and that. But mental health is important. It really is important. I'm a big advocate for it. Mental health is just like your physical health. Health is wealth. So if you feel like you might have like depression, anxiety, or anything like that, talk to your doctors or try to find you a therapist. I know some jobs actually have like these lines, like EAP lines, where you can talk to a counselor for free, and it's completely confidential, and they help give you these coping mechanisms so that you can like learn how to deal with grief or stress or whatever else you have going on. I know I started taking Tai Chi because I got like this Oculus Quest thing, the VR thing, and it actually does kind of like calm me down a little bit, kind of like a little meditation while you're trying to exercise and everything like that. But yeah, I just want to say mental health, health is wealth. So make sure take care of not only your physical health, but your mental health as well. And if anyone tells you, oh, why you crying, this and the other, like, tell them miss you with that. No, it's okay to cry. Men, it's okay to cry. Women, it's okay to cry. Crying, to me, tears cleanse the soul. So take care of you. Take care of your mental health. Take care of your physical health. Love your loved ones while they're here. Honor them, talk to them. And if you have a spouse or whatever, like, be there for them too. Make sure that you open up for them so that if you are having like these, like me with my depression and different things like that, like, be there for them, talk to them, get them out of the house. Sometimes just give them a little space. We do come back when we need to talk or whatever else, but just, you know, just be that listening ear. I know this is not the norm, but I felt like I owed you guys an explanation because I haven't posted in a while. And for that, I'm sorry, but I do plan on starting back very soon. I know someone wants to know how to make salmon patties. They told me that on my Facebook. But if there's anything else that you guys would like any recipes or different things like that, just drop them down in the comment box and I will make my way through them to make sure I give you guys what you guys want. And like I said, if you do think that you're struggling with depression or anxiety or anything like that, talk to your doctor, talk to a therapist. Don't be ashamed of it, because we need to take care of ourselves, guys. We do. And also, on another note, like, my grandmother had a stroke, and that's what set all of those things in motion. So I know older people, they get to be a little bit stubborn when it comes down to trying to help them and take care of them and things like that. But try to make sure the best you can that they get the proper care that they need, that they know, like, you're not trying to be mean to them, you just want them to be healthy and have their best chance. So I guess that's it for now. If you guys think of any recipes you want me to do or try to make for you or whatever, leave it in the comment section. I know I said that already, but give me a chance. I'm getting back in the swing of this. But take care of yourself, love on your family members, and until next time.